I'm staying at a friend's right now. I'm trying to be okay. I'm not. I'm trying. I'm not answering any personal questions about court or my case or anything like that. I'm not. Hey. Yeah, I'm an hour away. No, I'm not okay. Thank you for the gifts. I'll be alright. Who wouldn't be upset with all the fucking dragging and shit? Y'all fucking, whatever y'all call yourselves, streamers, using my pain and my shit for clout. That, like, it's not funny. It's not cute. It's not cool. All of this is going on because of y'all. Y'all just couldn't leave it alone, right? Y'all have to drag somebody till they just fucking mentally check out, right? Like, that's cool to do, right? No, it wasn't just the neighbors downstairs. I'm not talking about y'all specifically. I'm saying the streamers, the awareness pages. Y'all call yourself awareness, but yet drag somebody to shit? Let's see. Mexican homie. Who else is there? Panda, XOXOT page. I mean, there's many I could name. And that's why I'm not going and putting anything with online. But it doesn't help with you going and asking, oh, what's going on? Can y'all hear me? It might be the TV. Like, asking about my court case and all, and like how everything's going. That's really none of y'all's concern. And I'm not trying to be rude at all. I'm not. I'm just over it. I want it all to stop. Like, it's cool. Okay, I got locked up, whatever. I got locked up, yes. I have learned from my mistakes. But now I have to spend only God knows how much just for a place to live. I don't even know how to do it. Oh, and the blue-eyed girl, I think that's funny how you came in my life but talk shit about me all day. How about y'all go talk about that Christian teacher that literally whipped her kid with a belt over, I couldn't even count, 15 to 25 times? Go talk about that. Go talk about that. And then drug her son by his fucking hair and threw him against the wall. Go talk about that. Is that better? I'm talking very low. Turn your thing up. Where is it being talked about? Where? I'm not answering where I'm staying. I'm fine. Oh. My hands aren't over it. I'm not answering any questions about where I'm living, where I'm staying, court case, about my children. I'm not. Like, I'm already going. I feel like it's just, ow. And to all the people saying, oh, she's on drugs, she's on this. No. Would you like me to show you, the papers from when wait, let me not do that. But literally, she signed it saying that I only had THC in my system. Like, that's it. I don't do drugs. I don't. My eyes change because I'm bipolar. I go manic. Your eyes change. And if you don't think that's the truth, like, go look it up. Go look it up. And by no means am I making the fact that I have mental illness, an excuse, because I'm not. But when it's gone years and years, I'm just going to start my thing over. They're saying they can't hear me. Mental illness, I got bipolar, BPD, PTSD, severe depression, mood disorder, anxiety, ADD, ODD. What else do I have? ADHD. I could go on and on. Like, literally on and on. But when it goes untreated and you're asking your baby daddy, hey, can you take me to my appointment? No, I gotta work today. Hey, can you take me to my intake appointment? No, I gotta work today. Hey, can you take me to my appointments? No, I gotta work today. You're gonna have to find a different way. And then you try and try and try for hours to find another way there, and then your therapist drops you because you can't make it to your appointments. And then you find a new doctor, and then they drop you because, again, you can't make it to your appointments. And then you go to another one, and then, again, you can't make it to your appointments. Why? Oh, I don't know, because my baby dad won't bring me. Like, I just gave up. I gave up trying to get help. I gave up. I'm gonna have to stop making excuses. I walked on multiple occasions to try to make my appointment. I couldn't make it. It was too far. They don't do virtual appointments for severe mental illness when you need EDMR therapy and light therapy and literal Uber, money. Money doesn't grow on trees, and I don't have a freaking money tree in my backyard. So, who's paying $50 each time you gotta go to an appointment? And let me just make it clear. I was scheduled for 3 times a week to go to therapy. No, they did not have public transit where I was at. TRICARE comes with insurance. Well, it would be nice if when you call your freaking insurance company, like I have on multiple occasions, and said, I've been having trouble getting myself to my appointments. Is there any way I can get a ride? And, you have to go to therapy 3 times a week and take care of your kids and make sure they're fed and get them to school and all this and that. It's kind of hard. You go to a mental health specialist, like a therapy place. Yes, and I'm not trying to make any excuses, but I've been mentally checked out for a while. I don't need help for anything. I'm not posting my Cash App. I'm not doing none of that. I'll figure it all out. I got it. I wish I could talk about some of the things he's done to me, but I'm not going to drag him on social media. But I don't smoke right now. I'm I'm just trying to say, when you're mentally checked out, you really don't think about, free transportation from the state. You need to be a better person and a better mother. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm not telling any plans moving forward. I'm just following court orders. I'm doing what I need to do to get my fucking kids back. Well, following court orders and doing what I can to get my kids back. Hopefully the place I go to soon, they're supposed to help you get into transitional housing where you pay minimum rent for a year, which will give me time to save up and hopefully I can go to school and finish. Get my GED and all that. How do you get mental illness, really? How? Some things you're born with. Some things are caused by trauma, head injuries, all types of things. A healthy diet has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with mental illness. Those children are quite pitiful, and he's not any better. Okay, Moody, if you don't have nothing nice to say, move along. Bye. See ya. We're not here to bash me or bash, anybody here. Okay? So if that's what you're here for, okay, and that's cool. He can do what he wants. Y'all thought that I wasn't taking the resources that my CPS worker was giving me, but I can't magically make a freaking bed open up at a shelter, let alone 3 beds. One for me and both my children. I mean, it just doesn't freaking work like that. I can't. Oh, we got 3 beds. I would tell y'all some of the things he's done, but, again, I don't want to bash him. No, I am not staying with him. I am not with him. No, 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 no. I'm staying with somebody who is none of y'all's business. I have let them know I'm in need, but I cannot make a bed open up. Like, hello, is that not clicking? I'm dead ass about to block this man. He keeps asking. Bro. You know, he's deaf.
Hello.
Yeah. I honestly have no idea. Hmm?
uh, uh,
Guys, how do I drop him? Don't know how to do it. What's your name? Okay. My dad was deaf, guys. My dad. Yeah, I know I can make a lot of money doing sign language. It's just a lot to learn. There's over like 5,000 signs. And there's different countries have different signs. It's kind of, we're kind of like having a language barrier because he's, I think, in a Middle Eastern country and their sign is different from here in America. He does understand. It's just, there's kind of like, just like with, English speaking and Spanish speaking and Germans and Russians, there's also ASL language barriers as well. See, he's from a Middle Eastern country where their ASL is completely different from American Sign Language and British Sign Language. There are many, many, many different dialects of sign language, and we're kind of having like a little bit of a language barrier, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah, no, he doesn't speak English at all. He's deaf. So I'm trying. So I'm trying. Guys, how do I drop him? Help. I'm not doing 2 out of 3. I am pretty smart. I just don't. My dad never taught me, so whatever I've learned on my own through seeing him speak to his friends and other people. But my dad was also okay, so back in the days, the medication that people used to take during pregnancy or, pain medications during birth or whatever the case may be, some of them caused defects later on in life. So my dad, he was on the roof. It's kind of funny. He was on the roof with his dad. He was like 3, 2, 3, something like that, 3 or 4. Back then, safety wasn't really a big issue. But he was on top of the roof with his dad trying to help him. And then they got down and whatever the case may be. And my father went down to the barn. And, he did whatever he did. My grandparents owned 300 and some dairy cows. So 3 times a day, you go out there, you milk them, and then you come back. Nothing happened to my mom. What? Nothing. My mom was an addict from the time I was freaking 13 to the time I was 22. Basically, they noticed like his he either couldn't hear or couldn't hear well. And they kind of noticed, and they took him to the doctor, and they found out that my father was like 75 to 80% deaf from that point. Now, because my dad wasn't born deaf, and the medication caused it later on in his early childhood, he could speak. My dad could speak very well. I mean, sometimes it was a little hard to understand him, but my mom is back home. Where did what money go? What money? Confused. Because I haven't gotten any money lately, so not sure what you're inquiring about. Yeah, don't come in here talking about where'd the money go when you don't even know who the hell you're talking to or what the heck you're talking about. Where did the money go? What money? Hi. What money? Make it make sense, bro. Anyway. Yeah, G never, ever gave me money. And I have the text to prove that. Never once have I ever gotten money from that girl. Nor do I want it. Definitely not. And I can literally prove that. Literally. Well, we all know G is a liar, so let's not bring her up in my chat. She didn't send me any money. Y'all want to know what's something funny? Is one of my ex-best friends, is like trying to get with him or something. Not that I care. I mean, go off, girl. If you want to be with a freaking abusive person who's shit, go ahead. Take him off my hands, please. Please. Just don't touch my kids. Because I couldn't pay my bond. Like, I could pay for the ankle monitor, but you know, I didn't have $800 to put down. And I'm sorry, but first of all, can I just say, I'd rather just sit in there and get the shit done and over with than go back to that shithole. Basically, my dad was diagnosed deaf at 4 years old. And because of that, he knew how to speak. And my grandmother would also teach him by putting her hand here.
because my dad knew like A, B, C, D, E, F, G at that point, you know, water, water. He would read lips. Harry said, "What? Not that I care." Said that I scam people? That's wild. That's fucking wild. Because any money I ever got was either put towards the kids or putting food in the house. And then whatever extra I had, yeah, I'd take the kids to Dollar Tree so they could pick out a toy or two. Is that a fucking crime? Sorry. Don't bring him in my life. How about that? Let's just not talk about him. He's not relevant. I don't know. I'm not answering any questions about that dirty old dog. I'm not. He ain't nothing but a hound dog, begging all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Something, something, something. Damn. What was it like in jail? What did I do? I went to church. I went to DV class. I took domestic violence classes, abuse classes. I have my certification for mold identification. Huh? Yeah, there's classes you can take while being in there. Won't be long, you will be back in. Oh, that's so nice. Do you want to get blocked? You want to go bye-bye? Do you? Like, real question. Do you want to go bye-bye? Because we're not trying to be negative in here. Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. If you're here to hate and be negative, go off. And I know you're old. Be nice. Be nice. Fix it. Fix it. Be nice. No, I'm not allowed to talk to my children. Dog lover, do not spam. Do not spam. Yes, I'm in a safe space. I went to jail a month ago. Well, yeah, I was in there for a month. 28 days time served. No, I'm not saying like stop spamming. I don't want you to get banned, removed, or whatever the case may be. Why do you want to know, Angel? What, like, seriously? Because, like, you're very curious for what? How does that benefit you? Like, that's what I'm saying. How does it benefit you? Good morning. And to the one lady saying that I was joking around with God, bro, I went to church 3 times a week in jail. Nobody's mocking the Lord. And I think me and him have a pretty freaking good relationship right now, being he's the only person I got. Well, see, I don't like the medicine. They make me feel like I'm not allowed to feel all my emotions. Like I can't feel all my emotions, if that makes any sense. Like, okay, so for schizophrenics, I'm not schizophrenic, but just an example, they take medications to lower their dopamine. Your dopamine is your happy chemical in your brain. It makes you happy. They have an overload. Schizophrenics have an overload of dopamine. And so they take medications to suppress or lower the dopamine production. Too much dopamine is not good. Too much cortisol is not good. I understand you want me to get my education and get myself straight, but, the courts are helping me do that. I'm kind of already in the process. There's things that were court-ordered that I have to do. Otherwise, I go back. And I don't ever want to go back. I wasn't saying med names. I was talking about emotion and the chemicals that are already in your body, that your body produces, just like your body produces its own melatonin. And when you give melatonin, it suppresses your body's ability to make medicine. I'm not answering what I went for. It's public, look it up. I mean, like, shit. Nobody's saying they support G at all. Can we just not bring G up? Okay, how about this? Anybody else who brings G up is getting immediately removed. Okay? Okay. And Jamie, you're not one of the people who would get removed at all. Hey, Krista. Bro, I had a heart attack the first time I went. And I got bailed out. And then the second time I went, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna sit in here for however long I gotta sit in here. And I'm gonna pray. And I'm gonna get right with God. And I'm just gonna pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. I prayed every night. I read the Bible every night. Did you know that because Eve ate that mother effing apple on the tree, that's why we have pain when we give birth? It literally says it in the Bible. Because you ate the apple of the tree of knowledge, I will make your pain in childbearing. I can't remember exactly what scripture said, but it was something along those lines. But because that they ate from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, that is why we hurt when we give birth. Also, of course, Adam. And you know what? The land was so full of sin. That is why the Lord ordered Noah to build an ark. Noah was 700 years old when he built that ark, something like that. He was old. Do you know people used to live to 900 and some years old? Did you know that? I didn't know that. I feel like that is wild. I could never. I could have never imagined that. I had a granddaddy who lived to 104. Yeah, 104. Like, he outlived all of his kids. Hell no, the food ain't good. It has no seasoning. None. Not even salt. You have to buy salt off the commissary. Do you know how much salt is? $1.67 for 5 of those teeny tiny freaking packets that you can get from McDonald's. Yeah. Pepper too. You can also buy lemonade and snacks and candy and soaps and hairbrushes and socks and all kinds of stuff. I starved for 3 days and then I was starving and was like, I gotta eat. So, you make do with what you got. Yeah, I bought stuff. I also paid for it out of my own pocket. I gave my mama my card number. I had a freaking cheeseburger. I literally had a cheeseburger. And the fries from McDonald's were too salty. Too salty. I was like, oh. It's just salt just smacks you in the face. It shows you how much sodium you're intaking on a McDonald's fry. Like, ugh. Good. Stay confused on where I am. Love that. Stay confused. Y'all need to ask for fresh fries and light on the salt. You know what they do when you ask for fresh fries? They just drop them down into the fryer oil again. No, they do not make you fresh fries. No, they're just taking the fries from the fryer or from the, fry warmer thingy and putting them back in the fryer to cook all the salt off. I'm too fucking smart. I'm too smart. Yeah, guys. Yeah. And you know what? I mean, cheeseburgers are pretty slamming. I'm not gonna lie. But the fries, so much salt. Well, you can ask anybody who works at McDonald's and they'll tell you exactly what I told you. They literally just dip them for like a minute or two and then they bring them back up and then they salt them. Not AI saying, ask about daily life in jail. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Literally, when you go outside to rec, which is like... Y'all want to know something funny? They got barbed wire and then razor wire on top of that. And in the rec yard, we had like some chicken wire on the roof. Like, for some reason, I feel like they felt like we could freaking grow wings and fly away. I feel like that was a little bit of overkill, but who am I? Who would want to get all hurt by that shit? And then, the whole jail is surrounded by fences with razor wire. And the only thing you can do is, and we don't have windows, guys. No, we don't have windows. Nope. No. Yeah, that, nope. Y'all think we have windows? Who are you kidding? Well, I know that many people have escaped. No, it wasn't my first time. Not that it's funny. It's not. But no, it's not the first time. A month. Do not let them lie to you. They did not escape Alcatraz because where are they at? Where are they at? Them gators probably ate them, guys. Do you guys realize that it was literally called Alligator Alcatraz because there were gator-infested waters around them? Do I mean, it's in the name, Alligator Alcatraz. They were eaten. Like, stop asking personal questions. Who is y'all? No, I was not gay for this day. Absolutely not. No. Yeah. No, we were two to our room. Yeah, there are people who bully people. Okay, let me just explain to you this. If the water is wet, there's alligators. Alligator Alcatraz was built in Florida around water. Therefore, alligators were there. If the water is wet, there's gators. Do you know what wet water looks like? If you touch it and it leaves your hand wet, there's gators. Yes. That's great for you, dog lover. Oh, well, I didn't know that. But, I mean, I wouldn't put past California to have gators, too, guys. I mean, come on now. There's gators in Bama. Did y'all know that? There's alligators in Alabama. There aren't gators in deep water. I went to a spring that was 84 foot deep. There were gators. I mean, the sharks probably ate them. I don't know. The sharks probably ate them. Or they died out at sea. Yeah, they escaped. I don't... Yeah, y'all can ask questions, just not personal questions. Not about my court, not about my baby dad or where I'm staying. Just know I'm safe, I'm fine. Oh, yes, I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm not tired whatsoever, guys. There was a gator in PA last summer. No one knows how it got here. I'll tell you how it got there. You can have licenses for exotic pets. Somebody probably let it go. Since it was only one, it probably got too big for its home tank, and the dude was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And let it go. I guarantee you that's what happened. I tried to get a fox one time. Then I realized I had to have a license for that and was like, never mind.
Sierra Nicole. Yes, a fox. They're so cute. Bro, my childhood best friend had a raccoon and a skunk. Yes, I said it, a skunk. Not a... Yeah, I think the Phoenix fox is... California doesn't have wild alligators. Google is free. What's the definition of wild? Yeah, oh, she had squirrels too. Her dad worked at a junkyard. Sorry, guys. So her dad worked at a junkyard. And he was, getting his car cleaned out and all that. Because before you crush the cars and stuff, you got to clean them out and all that. I mean, you don't really have to, but he did. And he opened the hood of one of these trucks, and there was a nest of baby skunks. And I can't remember how he found the raccoon. But literally, this girl had a freaking petting zoo. And they're so funny, bro. I swear, this raccoon would sleep in her bed with her. Thank you for the gift. Got you into that song, Golden by K-pop. I'm so sorry. Like, I am so... I'm so out of date. Okay, yeah. Well, sorry. I have been corrected. Alligator Alcatraz was not in Florida, it was in California. But I feel like you're already in a prison with hardly any freedom. I mean, guys, we're in our cells for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes. And then sometimes, just because the CEOs were paid off or whatever, they would keep us on lockdown. No, I don't have any weekend plans. Read your Bible, sleep, do classes on the tablets. Read your Bible, sleep, do classes on the tablets.